Oh hey, it's Wes, and back with another wireless mic video. This one kind of came out of nowhere, never heard of this company before. This is 7Rim's iRay wireless lav system. So what is it? It's going to look very familiar to you compared to a lot of stuff that we've had in the past. Most notably, I'm going to compare this to the Comica BoomX U, because this is a UHF system, and honestly, let's have a closer look here. Here's the microphone from the 7Rims. And here's the microphone from the Comica. As you can see, they're practically identical. The 7Rims, however, comes in a much smaller package, including the size of the transmitter and the receivers. So just to get over what this system is, in case you're not familiar with these in general, we have one receiver and two transmitters so that you can do mono or stereo audio. So right now I'm recording on mono, so my voice is going on both left and right tracks, but you can very quickly switch that over so that one is on left, one is on right. It's great for interviews or having two people on at once, and you can feed that through one receiver. Super simple, super easy. On the receiver itself here, you have what is now standard, a little hot shoe clip. You also have very similar clips on the transmitters you can use for a belt or up here or under camera or something like that. So very convenient stuff, also pretty standard stuff. First, let's go through the categories. It's the build quality. The buttons don't inspire confidence. Very plasticky, very lightweight. I don't know how well these clips are going to hold up. Overall, this is very clearly a budget option. And budget options being what they are, I'm going to give this a build quality of 6 out of 10. It's not amazing, doesn't inspire great confidence, but it's okay. Feature set. Transmitters, you have a 4-hour battery life, not too bad. As I said before, very compact case, which is nice. You have a full display on both units. You'll have a display on the transmitter and on the receiver. One issue, however, with the display on the transmitter is that the volume bar is not super helpful. Now, I just turned up my volume, probably too loud, but I'm talking at a level that on the receiver, if you look over here, is just fine. I'm peaking all the ways that it should be. But on the transmitter, it's barely registering at all. So yeah, it's great having a display. It shows me which device I'm on, which channel I'm on, how my battery is doing, but the volume leveling on the display is kind of bizarre. Doesn't work out great. I don't know if it's possible to do a firmware update on these or not, but we do have a USB-C port, which is a great feature. So overall, we have 3 USB-C ports on these, so you need 3 charging cables to charge them all at once. That used to be almost normal until Hollyland came out, and I think Saramonic has an equivalent competitor. You can put them all in a charging case like this right here, and boom, put them all in. One USB-C port on the back, super simple. So unfortunately, the bar has been raised there. On the transmitters themselves, there is, as is normal these days, a built-in mic as well. So you can hear your voice on that, or you can bring it up with this wire, which is not the nicest wire. It's kind of thick, kind of bulky. But overall, that's feature set. Has most of the things you're going to want. It's an 8 out of 10. Sound quality. I don't want to be the arbiter of what sounds good and what doesn't sound good, so I'm going to leave that up to you. Right now we are unequalized. I'm going to throw an equalizer on it right here. See if I can spruce it up just a little bit. Overall, it's a bit of a dull sound, but honestly a dull sound is better than a highly colored sound. So it's just a tiny bit boomy. It's a sound that we're used to because this is a very familiar mic capsule. And then we'll go back to normal again. So although it is a little bit mid-heavy, it is easily edited, doesn't have stuff that you don't necessarily want in it, not a lot of excessive sibilance, because my voice tends to have a bit of a hiss in it. Very common system, sounds fine, it's reliable, it'll do live in a pinch. I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. Usability, and a big part of usability is maintaining a strong signal, so let's go for a walk and see how that holds up against the Rode Wireless Go, the most common option here. All right, so here we have the Rode, the 7Rims. That's the 7, and that's the Rode. I have one in each pocket right here, no differences. Again, no EQs on this test. We're walking around, we're turning around. It is very, very cold out. I have some regrets. Okay, so now I'm about 30 feet away. Just gonna duck in here a little bit. Can you hear me now? Just around the corner of the building. I'm turning around. Can you hear me while I'm over here? Going back out. Let's get a little bit more distance here. So if I was, say, filming a wedding ceremony, this is about how far away we would be. So if I had a camera set up just to be out of the way, it'd be about this distance. And let's say the officiant were to turn around, what would happen? We'll find out. I don't know right now. Who knows? Getting a little bit further away here. Oh boy. It is cold out today. Why is it that I almost always seem to do these mic tests on cold days? Odds are the sound of my feet is even louder than the sound of my voice. And here is our distance limit over here. Can you hear me on either of these? Who knows? But we'll find out soon enough. And I'll just keep talking on my way back here. A lot of mics to test today, so a lot of my tests are going to look pretty similar. I'll try to follow these footprints. I'm sure by the time I'm done on my mic test, this will be a pretty well-worn path. Getting a little closer. Here we go. Coming back around. And then I'm gonna go behind the camera because there's a car back here. It's a lot of glass and metal. And I'm gonna hide behind the car with both the transmitters here. And then facing away, hiding behind the car with both transmitters here. And there we go. Coming back around, facing away. Da da da. Da, 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 da. So, how'd we do? Let's find out. All right, here we are using the iRay in what is a pretty normal vlogging distance in front of my computer. And I've got it on my hip right here. So, we're gonna take it for a spin, see if anything at this very normal distance causes any dropouts. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2, check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Got a lot of wireless devices right here, but they shouldn't interfere since this is a UHF receiver transmitter. And that's using the included wireless lav, which appears to have a very generic capsule mic. If I take this off my hip and take off the microphone, now we're just using the included mic on the lav receiver itself. And as far as I can tell, they are very similar mics. I don't know if they're the exact same one, but I think that they are the same generic mic receiver. Again, not a bad one, just nothing super special. Whoa, that was surprising. These little guys here have UHF transmitters built into them, so tiny, and maintain such a good signal quality. I was honestly very surprised by this. The positives overall for the usability, they are USB-C, it's nice to see that. Easy to navigate, very simple menu system. But you do need 3 cables to charge them all. Again, as I said, the bar has been raised. Strong signal, easy to use, that's a 9 out of 10. Has almost everything. Value. So the cheapest thing in this market that I can tell is the Sony Tiny, which I reviewed. Wasn't perfect for me. And around 250 bucks is the Comica. Around $200, you've got Movo's options. And Saramonic has stuff from $250 to $400. Then you have the Hollyland Lark for $330. And if you get 2 Rode Wireless Go's and 2 lav mics for them, you're looking at $560, and you can go higher than that. Again, we're talking about value options, not the real expensive stuff, but ones that can combine you 2 signals into one. The Deity Connect Dual is $670. So how much is this one? Honestly, at the time of filming this video, I don't know yet, but this is how much it costs. And so that gives us a value of 10 out of 10. So that brings our total score to 41 out of 50. All right, now that we've gotten through the bulk of this, I want to point out something here. I feel like this 7-rims device is quite possibly a streamlined and repackaged Comica BoomX U. We have the headphone and outputs in the same place. We have A and B channel lights in the same place. We have very similar screens on these. Similar size. Honestly, the screen on the 7-rims is a little bit better. It's brighter. It doesn't have color like the Comica one does, but honestly, who cares? Same number of buttons, but they don't do the same things. They're both UHF. But the thing is, this is the transmitter for the Comica, and this is the transmitter for the 7-rims. It is literally half the size. And it doesn't have an extendable antenna. For me, my money is on the 7-rims. I'll let you know if this holds up in the long term, but overall I'm really pleased with this. Very compact, easy to use design. You've got displays on all the devices. I'm pretty happy with this. If you have any questions about this or comments on the sound quality, let me know down in the comments below. But until next time, let's go take some photos.